My name is Dennis Nash. I'm Emeritus Professor now. I've been the Associate Dean, I've been the Department, Clinic Director and Coordinator of Graduate Studies. I joined the faculty in 1970 and I retired in 2002. Now the original intent was for me to stay here for 2 or 3 years, get a line of research going and then move to a bigger institution. But I found it was a perfect fit for me. It was a master's, terminal master's degree, a lot of opportunity to interact with the students, which I would not have had in a big research institution. Opportunities for doing clinical work, which I'm really committed to, and a great group of people that I joined, outstanding faculty. One of the things that I think marked our program and made it unique was our emphasis on the clinical work. When I first joined the faculty in 1970, the only people who were required to do outside clinical work were students who wanted to get educational certification. And they only had to do an 8-week student teaching assignment. Well, about the time that they would get started and really kind of up to speed in taking over the caseload in the schools was about 8 weeks. And so early on in the 1970s, we decided that a full-time, full-semester student teaching assignment was the best. Now, we did everything we could to try and provide the students with a breadth of clinical experience here in the clinic, and I think our clinic does a great job of providing them clinical experience, but they needed that full-time experience. Over the years, we've developed a following of cooperating clinicians who really come back to us and ask us for our students because it really does benefit them as well. The arrangement is that the students spend full time under this direct supervision of a certified clinician in whatever facility they're in, and then a faculty member will go out once or twice a semester and do an on-site visit. When they come out, they have phenomenal background, and I tell you, I wish I had kept track of all the students who were hired by the facility in which they did their clinical work. Placed a couple of students down in the Chicago area, really right where the swallowing diagnostics and therapy got started at Northwestern University. Our students outperformed the Northwestern students in that setting because they had previously been to St. Mike's. And one other memory is I had a student who, in audiology, we were trying to place him out in the Phoenix area, and Don Aylesworth, a member of our staff, had an old Ph.D. buddy who was working out there, and he was very reluctant to take a student because the students were too much work. He had bad experiences. We placed this student with him before the semester was over. He was arranging to have the student go out to Indian reservations and out to other facilities, flying them out to these places to do clinical work. He hired him. He hired him. So, you know, that's the strength of our program is clinic. I think that in terms of audiology, of course, we now have the AUD. And ours is the only program on campus that offers a doctoral level training. We do that in conjunction with UW-Madison. And I frankly think that a lot of the really true clinical exposure and clinical work is done on this campus rather than the Madison campus. And so those students come out very well prepared to go into the field of clinical audiology. And they're representing UWSP very well, and they're helping the hearing handicapped population very well. In speech and language, I think the technology in terms of diagnostic work has really come along electronically. But another area that I think our program is very strong in is in the area of augmentative communication. Jerry Chappell started that way back when, but Gary Cumley has really developed it into a real scientific art form. I have absolutely no regrets about my 32 years here. I loved it, and I still feel that I couldn't have asked for anything more than UWSP as a place for me to spend my career.